We'll do it again. All right, good morning, everyone. Today is Wednesday, August 24th, 2011. We just want to go over the trades that we did in the live trading training room this morning at CFRN. We actually had, I'm trying to bring it up right here. I'm bringing up our DOM right here. We had -8 ticks this morning. You'll see it when it loads all the way up here. But we had -8 ticks on the ES this morning. Okay. And I'll go over the trades. I don't know why. I'm having a little memory issue right here, but hopefully it will let me go over the trades from the morning. There were a couple trades here that I missed. I see now that I missed them. Right here after we took a break from 11:30 to 12. There was a short opportunity right here that worked out. I would have taken a break even on it though because it would have had a point into it, and I would have put my stop at break even. But let's just go back to the morning session. Okay, I'm trying to get it to scroll here. We didn't have many trades at all here on the ES. Okay, I think we had 3 trades altogether. You can see one right there, one right here that was a break even. Still scrolling. One here that was a win, and we started the day out with a loss though. I'm scrolling back to that. Alright, and I'll try to punch the charts out a little bit so you can see more of it. Alright, now this was the first trade of the morning. It was right in here. Alright, we had the bubble and we had a pull back down to the BBC. I went long. I should have put my stop up to break even on that once we had a point profit into it, but I didn't, and it came back and took me out. The market did not commit to the downside here. It turned around and went up. We went over this morning in the live trading room with Bert from Daniel's Trading. How you could have caught this trade right here. Okay, or actually this trade over here. How you could have caught this trade based on larger time frame issues. If you look at the 10K and see it's bouncing off of something over there, you'll come back here to the shorter time frame and look for an entry on the break of the elbow. And that was it right there. Now we did not take this trade in here. We missed this one right here by a tick. We had our order on there and it didn't pull back to the BBC for us. Alright, then it went right up to the weekly trading zone, so we weren't trading up here because we were in the zone. Otherwise, this would have been a nice trade opportunity right here if we didn't have the zone right there. Price moved all the way up here, and we took this trade here, though the bubble was back here, you see. We took this trade right here, and that gave us a profit of 8 ticks, so we were break even at that point on the morning. Okay. We came over here and we took this short trade right here. When it moved down here, you see we had the bubble and the pullback up to the BBC right here. Price had moved down, and we moved our stop to break even once we were pretty close to the profit target. Unfortunately, price came back up and took us out at the break even level. Again, on the long side, we weren't looking to take any trades into the zone. On the short side, in here, we weren't, when we broke this area right here, we weren't breaking out of the bands at the same time, so we did not look to take that. When it came over here for this, I had taken this trade off because we had put in, a couple of areas right here, a couple of short-term swing bottoms right there on the way back up, and I really like to see it be a little cleaner than that on the way back up, sort of like this one right here went straight up to it, and this one right here came straight down. Okay, I like to see that, so I didn't take this trade. On this one right here, you see it went straight up to it, and then unfortunately it went straight through it. We didn't have much of a bubble on that second one though, so that was probably it was a valid trade. There was a little bit of a bubble right here. That's what I was looking at on that trade, and it eventually went against me and took out the stop. Okay, we didn't have any more trades in there. The only other one that came along was this one right here. Okay, and that came along during our break. All right, so that pulled back up here to the BBC after the bubble, and it moved down. I would have gotten a break even on that though, had it, depending on the entry. The entry would have been 61.5, and it would have had to have dropped down to 59.5, which I don't think it did for me to take profit over here. But if it dropped down to 60.5, which it did do, then I don't think it dropped all the way to 59.5. Yeah, I guess it did. It did drop all the way to 59.5, so I may have taken some profit on that. Anyway, there's a bubble right here, and there's actually another trade setting up right here as we speak. Okay. The bands are on the inside right here. I did not actually take this trade, but it's not a favorable trade when the bands are getting on the inside like that. Okay. Now, if the bands are just starting to get on the inside, then that's a little more attractive. But we ended the morning down 8 ticks on the ES. All right, there it is right there. You can see the DOM. Now the YM trades. All we took this morning were ES and YM trades. Okay, the YM, we had a bunch of trades all in one area. You can see right here. I'll blow it up some more. We missed this trade here this morning by a tick. It was a divergence trade. What we were looking for was down here on this combo indicator. We were looking for the longer term line, which is this one up here, the cycle, to be in the opposite direction of these faster lines right here. That shows that the longer term direction is up, and we're just having a short term pullback here. So what I look for then is a close above the MA1, which we got. I missed it by a tick, and it moved right up. Now over here we had a couple of different trades. First, let me slide that out of the way if I can. All right, well, anyway, first we had a bearish cross. The MA1 cross down below the BBC. Then price pulled back up here. When it pulled back up, this is a high probability trade here. When it pulls back up like that to the BBC after the first pullback to the BBC after a bearish cross, if you have divergence, that's a very high probability trade. I mean, it's a high probability trade without the divergence, but that just added to it. So I took that trade, and I took profit when it got down to the MA1 right here. Okay, I think I took 10 or 12 ticks profit, something like that. Then price moved back up, and it just increased the divergence. So I took another trade right here once we closed down below the MA1 based on the divergence. All right, and I took, I don't know, some more profit out, some more profit on that one. I was expecting it to get all the way down to this area right here. It didn't get there though. So I was looking for it to pull back up here. When it pulled back up here again, I shorted it again at that point, and I took profit down here. At this point, I was looking for it to get all the way down to the zone again, but it struggled when it got down here to the MA1, and it bounced back up to the BBC. So I had locked in some profit on that, and got knocked out with a little bit of profit. I missed this trade right over here by a tick. I had my order on, and I missed it by a tick. We had full divergence at that point. And we had a bounce off of the BBC, we had a doji on the BBC, and we had a close down below the MA1, and it was right at 1200. I missed that one by one tick, and that one you can see is gone all the way down almost 100. Actually, I think it did go 100. 100 ticks in that direction. Okay, so we ended the morning minus 8 ticks on the, whoa, oops, not that one, sorry, wrong DOM. We ended the morning minus 8 ticks on, there it is, minus 8 ticks on the ES and plus 27 ticks on the YM. Okay, minus 8 ticks on the ES and plus 27 on the YM. And that was our morning. You can see right here, we have divergence right here, and it's pulling back up to the BBC. This is the first one, so I'm actually going to look to put that trade on right now. The BBC is at 11:30, so I'm going to put an order on there at 11:29 and look to take that trade right now. And that was the morning, and that is how we traded the markets today. All right.